Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. First of all, congratulations with the upcoming launch of the Agri Hackathon 2024. We know that the world is not on track to achieve food security and its sustainable development goals. In fact, the world is failing this mission. We have to face the uncomfortable truth. We know our challenges with Agenda 2030. We have made our commitments. We know the solutions, or at least we think that we know the solutions. But when it comes to the implementation, it becomes very silent. What about the how? What about the when? Again, at that moment, becomes very silent. How is it possible that 27 years after the first World Food Summit in Rome in 1996, where we were discussing 800 million people in hunger, we are still discussing 800 million people in hunger? How is it possible that we are losing every year 1/3 of our produced food? With that, we can feed the world. And it is an investment of $1 trillion if we overcome that problem. And we know that 3 billion people don't have access to safe, affordable, and nutritious food. Dear friends, we also know that we cannot achieve food security without fighting climate change. And we know that we cannot take care of our climate if we don't achieve food security. The magnitude of challenges we are facing is enormous and is calling up all of us to action, to scale up our action, to coordinate our action with the objective to eliminate hunger, to achieve food security, and achieve nutritious food for everybody. For the solution, transformative change should be guided by the following principles. First, we have to embrace that agri-food systems are just as much culpable for as they are indispensable for the solution to accelerate global health, climate, and poverty crisis, and to help our next generation. Secondly, we must embrace that we can only transform our food systems if we bring the private sector much more in the lead. We need not only their investments, we also need their technologies and their markets. Thirdly, we have to increase our funding, and we should not only look to public funding, but also to private funding and also to international foundations. Finally, we have to embrace that transformation starts with the farmers. Farmers bring food, farmers bring life. They should be centered within a value chain approach. We have to embrace them in finding solutions for all of us. That's why we have founded in 2014 the Global Alliance for Climate Smart Agriculture. We have to make sure that farmers have access to affordable and implementable technologies and innovations. We have to make sure that farmers have access to funding so that they can implement climate smart practices. To that extent, GACSA is now developing an initiative for young farmers to help them to start startups and finding the funding for it. We're also trying to set up an initiative to explore new ways to get access to more funding for their startups. Dear friends, at the end of this week, more than 30,000 people will be in Dubai for COP28. I do hope that we can achieve breakthroughs. We don't need new declarations with recycled existing commitments. We need action, and we need it now. I count on you. Thank you.